Hello and welcome to another episode of Sport Federation TV, the show that showcases all the sport in the Western Cape, from club level to league level to provincial and even sometimes national level sporting events. Tonight we've got a great lineup once again. We're talking softball, gymnastics, chess and kite surfing. Later on in the show, you're going to get another opportunity to win a case of assorted Bashers drinks, so please stay tuned for that announcement with your cell phone ready. In studio with me now, from softball, we have Samantha Jones and Lisa Erasmus. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. I know you've had some exciting events in the softball world recently, but before we get into that, please introduce yourselves and your involvement and tell us about your involvement with your sport.
Hi, I'm Samantha Jones. Currently, I'm the managerist of the Western Cape Senior Ladies Softball Squad. I play a bit at club level as well, but I'm leaning more towards the admin side of the softball at the moment.
Okay. Oh, they roped you in. Hey.
Yeah.
And with you, Lisa?
I'm Lisa Erasmus, and I am a representative on the Western Cape softball side, and as well as on the South African ladies softball side.
Okay. Now softball is a very interesting sport and often confused with baseball. Could you highlight the difference for us?
Okay, like you said, softball is often confused with baseball. Softball is predominantly females. We have males that play, whereas baseball is predominantly male. The main difference is baseball has a wider playing area. We use a bigger ball in softball. It's not soft. Don't be fooled. It's not soft. It's just a bit bigger than baseball. The other main difference is in baseball they throw overarm, they pitch, like bowling in cricket. But in baseball they throw overarm, and in softball we pitch underarm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you guys get involved with this particular sport?
So from my side, it started when I was quite young, and it runs in my family pretty much. My mom played, my gran played. So I started playing baseball when I was 6 years old. And then as I got a bit older, it was I was a girl and baseball wasn't very recommended. And I started playing softball when I was 13, and kind of just been carrying on playing since. Yeah.
Okay. And which area did you play in? Or which clubs have you belonged to?
So I'm originally from Durban, so I played in Durban until I was 18 and I moved to Cape Town. I currently play for Glenthorne A's, who's based in Athlone. But softball's spread across the Western Cape. It's continually growing, which is great, especially from the schools level.
Right.
But then we've got clubs all over the Cape Town areas, in Tableview, in Strandfontein, in Mitchell's Plain, in Athlone, Pinelands. Yeah, so it's quite widespread across.
Lovely. And with you, Samantha?
Well, my dad used to play baseball. Naturally, when my sister went to high school, she was forced to play a sport. She took up softball. And as my sister progressed, she decided she wanted to become a pitcher. And obviously a bowler in cricket, and obviously she needed a catcher, a wicket keeper, and so her younger sister had to become the catcher, and it just all progressed from there. Yeah.
Okay. Now recently you've had the South African National Championships in softball. How did the Western Cape do?
We done really well, actually. We took gold. We lost the title last year. We lost 1-0 in the final. We managed to reclaim it this year again. Yeah, I think our final score was 7-1. What was our final score?
10-3.
There we go. 7-1 was the semi-final.
She says with a big smile.
7-1 was the semi-final. Yeah. So yeah, we done really well.
Yeah.
I think.
So now, what does that mean for the team or the players that excelled at the national championship?
So we have the South African team are going to Japan in August for the World Champs, where we play against 16 other countries. So I think from now on it's just prep for Japan. We have 4 representatives from the Western Cape that are in the South African side. And I think that's where it is from here. It's hard work, hard training, to perform and do well in Japan.
Lovely. So what's happening in terms of the development of the youth in the province?
Softball's growing rapidly in the Western Cape. We're branching out lots to the rural areas these days. Not too long ago, the Western Cape ladies actually went down, the Western Cape ladies and the gents actually went down to George.
Yeah.
And we had our first inter-regional tournament in a rural district at under 15 level. So development of softball is growing rapidly in Western Cape, all the different age groups.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's branching out to rural areas. Yeah.
So, and in terms of the school developments, how are the schools involved with the sport, or how are they feeding into the provincial structures?
So schools have their own leagues during the week. At club level, we also have club leagues that run on a Saturday, which is totally different. But a lot of the time you have kids that play at school level and they play at club level on a Saturday. They then have a top schools tournament where the top school from each province goes and plays in a tournament at the end of the year, and a Western Cape team is selected from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has the water restrictions in the Western Cape had an effect on your sport?
Lots, a huge impact. We actually finished our league. We're supposed to end the end of March. We actually finished our league, I think, the second week in Jan.
Yeah.
And it actually affected our players. We could actually see a tournament. It took them a while to actually get going because of the lack of match preparation going to tournament.
What are some of the challenges you experience as a player, if any, in your sport?
I think the biggest one is funding. So DCAS did help with our trip to Rustenburg for the national tournament. Just for Japan, we have to pay a portion of it ourselves as well. So our South African Softball Association, they will pay a portion of the fee, and then as players, we obviously also have to pay a portion of the fee. So I think for a lot of players, funding is a bit of a challenge. So they try and do various type of fundraisers and events to try and build up the money, but often you find that players can't afford to go. So the worst case is where players drop out because of the fact that they can't afford to go.
And then the next in line who can afford or can raise the funds will go.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is kind of a common story with most of the sports. And usually these things are made possible by volunteers and people willing to raise the funds. Hey, so if people wanted to get in touch with your federation to join or get information about the school leagues, etc., how can they do that?
I think our main source of information at the moment is the Western Cape Softball Association Facebook page. The admin person is pretty active, so I think they can just message via the Facebook page and they'll get a response pretty soon.
Okay. And in closing, for the parents that's watching out there and softball may be an option for their kids in school, is it an expensive sport to participate in?
I don't think it's that expensive. Our subs are quite minimal. Obviously, we are entitled to pay season fees. But in comparison to other sports, the likes of hockey, I mean, I also play hockey, so the likes of hockey and various other sports, I think softball is relatively reasonable in comparison. Yeah.
All right.
I think it's very much for the community, and we really get the community involved. I mean, if you look at a few of the players that play every Saturday, the games start from early morning and go right through to 7 o'clock in the evening. We really try and get the community involved to play ball rather than be on the street. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, sport keeps our kids off the street.
Yeah.
Right. So Samantha, thank you for the work that you do as an administrator to create these opportunities for the people in your federation. And Lisa, good luck at that World Champs. May you come back home with gold.
Thank you very
And
much.
come back and give us more good news from softball.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, yeah.
After the break, we'll be back with another amazing sport, so please stay tuned for that.